Hey guys, and welcome back to some transfer news. And today we are starting off with De Gea, and the reason why he is in a Man U kit this time is that apparently Real Madrid have passed on the opportunity to get his release clause, which I think was in the 30 something million pound range. I think about 34 million pound range, 38. I'm not too sure. It was one of those two figures, but they've apparently passed on getting this release clause done. So it looks like he could be staying at Man U, and that is why he's in a Man U kit right now. Moving on, we have got Scott Dann. He's placed in the Everton kit right now for us, and apparently Everton will be making him the first signing for about £15 million. I think that's an incredible amount of money for a centre-back. He's had a good season. Mind you, in terms of like Palace themselves, they've had a crap season, but Dan's been okay. And obviously, you can't just blame one centre-back for not doing so well. So apparently that's who they're going to be going for. Could cast doubt on Stones, although, to be fair, Jagielka is getting on a bit, so they do need a new centre-back, even as backup. Next up is Steven Taylor. Now, he's still at Newcastle on this. However, if I could, I would have put him as a Rangers card, but on this app that I'm using, it just can't happen. Rangers are interested in him. Obviously, he's a free agent, so he's going to have talks with Rangers very, very soon. And if that doesn't pan out the way he wants to, there's also clubs in Turkey, believe it or not, who are interested in signing him. A free agent, you can't really go wrong. I think Steven Taylor's would be a good player in terms of like the Scottish League. In fact, I think he'd be a very good player. No offence to that league. Next up is Hector Bellerin. And on there, he's got a Manchester City card. Arsenal fans, how much would you hate to see Bellerin move to Manchester City? But obviously, any player that can even potentially link with Guardiola is now apparently happening. Apparently, the papers are saying, oh, Bellerin was in the academy when Guardiola was there. Obviously, the Spanish, that link will also pop up as well. Arsenal would never sell him. The fans would turn on Arsenal if they sold him. Bellerin looks like the best right back to come out of, like the right back slot in a very long time. Next up is Fernando, and as you can see on there, he's got Valencia card. Valencia and Villarreal are apparently fighting for him. I could just see him, the chances are he'd go to Valencia over Villarreal, so that is why he has that card placed on him there. I think Man City will sell him. They don't need him. They will obviously sign a good few players this season, so Fernando could be on the door. Next up is Kante, and this rumour refuses to go away, and that is to go to PSG. Obviously, PSG are after the French players. They kind of want to have a better core of French players in their team to push on. Obviously, they might end up having a rule where French players are required, so that is something they want. And Kante would fit the bill. Kante's came out and said that, he's with Leicester at the moment, but he doesn't know what's going to happen in the future. Next up is Marez. Apparently, after Vardy, Marez is the next target for Arsenal. Pacey winger, had a great season. Fantastic partnership with Vardy. It makes sense for them to go for him. They do need a bit more width, Arsenal, a lot of the time. They do go quite narrow. When they play Cazorla out wide, when they play Ramsey out wide, even Ozil out wide, they do go narrow because those players are naturally central players. So they do need a bit of width. Marez would provide that fantastically. Next up is Hazard. Now, the rumour that he's going to PSG has been going on for a while. That's the only reason why his card's like that. But he's came out today and said, he can't see himself moving to PSG this season. Looks like he wants to work under Conte and give him a go. After that, who knows? I think he needs to get his form back up. Basically push his price higher. Because right now his price has gone down after the season that he had. And I think he'll push his price higher, play really, really well for Chelsea. They might go on to win the league. And then I think he'll leave at the end of next season, not this one. Next up is the main story of the day, and that is Andre Gomes. Apparently, Manchester United have tabled a 38 million bid for him. Very, very young player. I think he's, 22. He's come through Valencia's ranks, Portuguese international. Plays as a cam, like a centre attacker mid. Obviously, got him as a centre mid there, but he plays as a cam, so it is something that they need, I think, a player to link up between the strikers. I think Rooney does that. I can see Rooney playing centre mid more than he play further up the field there. So Gomes looks like he's going to be an addition to Manchester United. Next up is Slimani, and apparently Leicester are going to go for him. Leicester are being linked with so many players after winning the Premier League. Obviously, players are leaving, potentially, so he could be Vardy's straight swap. Now, imagine the the perfect link, FIFA guys, between Slimani and Marez. I know they wouldn't be in the same team, but that perfect link, the Algerian link, would be fantastic. I am looking forward to that if he comes to the Prem. Next up is Troy Deeney. Again, Leicester. Apparently he's going to be the Vardy replacement. I don't think he's got the same quality as Vardy, but he does work really hard for the team, and the fans absolutely love him. We've got Konoplyanka again. Leicester City. Apparently, this isn't like, a full-blown story. This is apparently Leicester inquired about Konoplyanka's availability. He had a fantastic season for Sevilla. He didn't even come off the bench in the final because he had a bit of a knock. Now, would Sevilla sell? Hell yes, they would. They sell their best players all the time. They got Konoplyanka for free. Didn't pay anything for him. So, it could happen. And then I think that's it. Giaccherini just pops up anyway. That is the team we're looking at. You got what? Konoplyanka on the bench. Those two don't count. De Gea, staying at Man U apparently. Dann, Taylor, Bellerin, Marez, Fernando, Kante possibly going to PSG. Hazard probably staying at Chelsea. Andre Gomes, Slimani, and Troy Deeney up front. So that is today's transfer news. As always, if you did enjoy, like and subscribe and all that good stuff. And I shall see you in the next one.